much?
69 cents.
And the gas?
Y'all getting any rain up your way?
What way would that be?
Pause. Before we dive into the dynamics of psychological predation as it applies to this scene, it is important we familiarize ourselves with the relational concepts of space and boundary. This is Edward. This is Donald. The circle around them signifies their personal space. But what is space? Space is the intangible territory of the self. It is the physical and psychological distance between Edward and Donald. Space is the container for your identity. It is where your thoughts, your history, your autonomy, and your psychic load reside. In a healthy interaction, Edward and Donald can occupy their own spaces and still maintain mutual respect. So what is a boundary? A boundary is the law you place around your space. It is an active, intentional rule that determines how you allow your space to be treated. It is you saying that, hey, this is how close you may come. This is what you may ask. This is how you may speak to me. Boundaries change per person. Your boundaries with your spouse could be porous. With your boss, they are firm. With a stranger, they are your first line of defense. Boundaries exist to protect the integrity of your space. But there are some people who don't recognize boundaries. They don't give a shit about your space. We call them predators. They operate on a simple, brutal principle, which is that your space is their domain and breaking down your boundaries is their pleasure. In this scene, you will see how a predator like Anton Chigurh collapses a man's space by invalidating his boundaries using nothing but words.
I seen you was from Dallas.
What business is it of yours? Where I'm from? Friendo?
I didn't mean nothing by it.
Didn't mean nothing.
Just passing the time.
Pause. Normal conversations follow scripts. Hey, how's the weather? Fine, thank you. How was your day? Fine, thank you. This is normal small talk. It's a social lubricant. Small talk means this is my space. I'm inviting you into mine so that you can invite me into yours. But Anton, being a predator, didn't find this too pleasant. Now you may say maybe he got spooked because he felt the man was an agent trying to investigate him on something. Maybe you're right, but it's also because Anton doesn't like inviting any man into his space because he believes he should be the one invading your space. Therefore, Anton rejects every script of small talk that needs him to open up his own space. So when this happens to him, he needs to criminalize the clerk's politeness.
If you don't want to accept that, I don't know what else I can do for you. Will there be something else?
I don't know. Will there?
Is something wrong?
Now the clerk is off balance because the rules of small talk just broke down. A predator hates to be categorized. He needs to be the unseen categorizer. Let me show you something. Did you see that? Did you catch that? He was sizing him up, and he did this throughout the interaction.
Will there be something else?
I don't know. Will there?
Is something wrong?
With what?
With anything.
Is that what you're asking me? Is there something wrong with anything?
Will there be anything else?
You already asked me that.
Now he knows he's not a threat. This is the exact moment the hunt begins. The clerk is trying to re-establish the commercial script, but Anton's response is reconstructing the interaction. How? He refuses normal conversational logic.
Is something wrong?
With what?
With anything.
He answers questions with questions.
Will there be anything else?
You already asked me that.
It's frustrating logical closure that one would expect in a conversation. He's basically saying, hey, the terms of this engagement are no longer yours to set. I decide when it ends.
Well, I need to see about closing now.
See about closing?
Yes.
Oh, shit!
Why did you do that? Why?
Shit, man. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. From there
I didn't mean nothing by it.
Didn't mean nothing.
to here,
Is there something wrong with anything?
the predator is sizing him up. But when he says this,
Well, I need to see about closing.
this is a flight response. And now Anton smells fear. Now he knows.
Gotcha! Gotcha!
Remember our concept of space. Some minutes ago, this is the clerk. This is Anton. But now this is the clerk. And this is Anton. And this
Well, I need to see about closing.
just makes him so hard. And now he wants to pound and pound and pound and pound him to hell and back. Watch how Anton now decides to invade the man's space without lubrication.
Well, I need to see about closing now.
See about closing.
Yes, sir.
What time do you close?
Now, we close now.
Now is not a time. What time do you close?
Generally around dark, at dark.
You don't know what you're talking about, do you?
Sir?
I said, you don't know what you're talking about. What time do you go to bed?
Sir?
You're a bit deaf, aren't you? I said, what time do you go to bed?
So now Anton is invading the man's personal space and erasing his boundaries. Remember how I told you in the beginning that Anton only feels powerful when he's the one doing the invading? This is it. In a normal conversation, you don't just ask a man to tell you the time he goes to bed. There needs to be a shared fundamental contract for that to happen. Hey man, when do you sleep?
Starts a conversation like that. I just sat down.
I said, what time do you go to bed?
Somewhere around 9:30. I'd say around 9:30.
I could come back then.
Why would you be coming back? We'll be closed.
Yeah, you said that.
Well, I got to close now.
You live in that house out back.
Yes, I do.
You lived here all your life?
This is my wife's father's place originally.
You married into it?
We lived in Temple, Texas for many years. Raised a family there in Temple. We come out here about 4 years ago.
You married into it?
That's the way you want to put it.
I don't have some way to put it. That's the way it is. What's the most you ever lost on a coin toss?
Sir?
Before we get to the coin toss, let's analyze the invasion of space here. Think of a man's life as a house he has built room by room. There is the room of routine where he sleeps, where he eats, the rhythm of his days. And there is the room of legacy, how he came to own what he owns and the pride of building something. Anton, without taking a step, walks into both rooms and declares them empty. When a stranger, a predator stranger, asks you, what time do you go to bed? This is equivalent to Anton kicking the walls of the routine room, saying that this structure is flimsy and that he is now in charge of what time means. When he affirmed that he married into it, this is Anton looking at the family photos in the legacy room, telling the man that he's just a visitor in his own life. It's like Anton is evicting the man from his own identity. With each question, each probe, each penetration, the clerk is mentally pushed further out of his own house, while Anton occupies the space of his life. In less than 20 seconds, without taking a step, Anton strips this man down to fact, his schedule, his address, his origin story, his lineage, his autonomy, his masculinity, all dissected and mocked. Anton turns him from a human being into a file. He went into all the details of his life and his personal space, and Anton treats it like it's nothing.
That's the way it is.
I believe this is an externalization of how Anton sees the man's life, or the externalization of the man's personal space after Anton's invasion. Shriveled, shrunken, collapsed. Okay, the coin toss.
What's the most you ever lost on a coin toss?
Sir?
The most you ever lost on a coin toss?
I don't know. I couldn't couldn't say.
Call it.
Call it.
Yes.
For what?
Just call it.
Well, we need to know what we're calling it for here.
You need to call it. I can't call it for you. Well, it wouldn't be fair.
I didn't put nothing up.
Yes, you did. You've been putting it up your whole life. You just didn't know it. You know what date is on this coin?
No.
1958. It's been traveling 22 years to get here. And now it's here. And it's either heads or tails. And you have to say, call it.
Well, look, I need to know what I stand to win.
Everything.
How's that?
You stand to win everything, call it.
All right. Heads then.
Well done. Don't put it in your pocket.
Sir?
Don't put it in your pocket. It's your lucky quarter.
Where do you want me to put it?
Anywhere not in your pocket. Or it'll get mixed in with the others and become just a coin. Which it is.
This is Anton's metaphysical domination and the narcissistic psychopathy of Anton's predatory behavior. And I think most people misunderstand this scene. Yes, his life was actually on the line, no doubt. Anton kills people over coin flips elsewhere. So it's not theater, but it's also not random, because Anton does not see himself as choosing. He sees himself as fate's instrument. The threat wasn't get the coin toss wrong and I will shoot you. The threat was you are now in my universe. You are now a slave in my space where meaning is arbitrary and life hangs on my whims. Your fate is literally a coin flip and I'm the one holding the coin. It's a metaphysical shakedown. When he said this,
Put nothing up.
Yes, you did. You've been putting it up your whole life. You just didn't know it. It's been traveling 22 years to get here. And now it's here. And it's either heads or tails.
it's like saying, hey, your entire existence, your choices, your safety has always been this fragile. You just did not know it. I am here to reveal the terrifying truth of your reality. So now the clerk is not dealing with a man. He's dealing with the universe, or a man who believes he is the universe. And you can't argue with the universe. That's ultimate psychological domination. Anton has now moved from social threat to personal threat to existential threat. That's the full topology. And don't miss this part.
You want me to put it?
Anywhere not in your pocket. Or it'll get mixed in with the others and become just a coin. Which it is.
This is cruel. This is motherfucking cruel and brutal. How can you give a man a lucky token from a moment of absolute terror and then you immediately deconstruct it? Now the man is confused. Is it a coin just like any other coin, or is it a special coin? The experience meant nothing and everything at the same time. Anton demonstrates that he can create meaning and strip it away. He owns the narrative of the man's life for those 5 minutes. So the question is this: what could the clerk have done? That is the billion-dollar question. But before we can answer that question, we need to answer another. In this interaction, when did power shift? It shifted here.
Is something wrong
With what?
with anything?
Is that what you're asking me?
When he apologized. Even though he did nothing wrong, the moment you apologize to a bully for existing, you hand them authority over you. Anton smells it instantly. Predators test. If you shrink, they escalate. If you hold ground, many back off. Now, that may not be applicable to Anton. He is pathological, but most real-life bullies are. The clerk's response are all appeasement behaviors.
Is something wrong?
Appeasement.
Will there be anything else?
Appeasement. These are the equivalent of a submissive animal showing his belly. Each one fuels Anton's confidence. So what could he have done? Well, a non-confrontational but firm reassertion of the script might have been the only defense. The clerk could have refused to play along with Anton's script and say in a firm and neutral voice, "Oh sir, that would be $10 for the gas and the drink. Have a good night." Then he looks down and starts counting the bill to create physical closure. Now, why this might have worked is that first, it ignores the philosophical bait and re-anchors the interaction in the reality of the transaction. Secondly, it does not engage with the threat. It sidesteps it by performing a role so completely that there is no man for Anton to toy with. It's a boundary made of procedure. Now, the problem is that this requires immense pre-existing fortitude, but the clerk is already startled and off balance. So Anton's genius in this is the instant creation of that disorientation. Again, I need to reiterate that this may not be applicable to sociopaths like Anton. He is not a normal bully. He's a sociopathic predator with zero fear and zero empathy. So realistically, nothing guarantees safety. Sometimes compliance is survival. I don't want people to leave this video and romanticize standing up when someone might literally kill you. But psychologically, yes, there are moves you can play. For example, instead of this.
I didn't mean nothing by it.
Didn't mean nothing.
Just passing the time. You don't want to accept that. I don't know what else I can do for you.
A steadier response could have been, sir, I am just trying to make conversation. It is neutral and not apologetic. Or when Anton loops this.
It'll be something else.
I don't know. Will there?
It could simply repeat, that's also. In this reply, there is no emotional leakage because you have to know that bullies feed on emotional movements. With a bully, stillness is resistance. Silence is armor. The more you talk, the worse it gets. So if you like this video, please share with others and subscribe, and please feel free to share your opinion in the comments. Thank you. I love you all.
Well, I need to see about closing now.
See about closing.
Yes, sir.
What time do you close?